This is a dialogue from a tutorial for an English course on YouTube, and that I downloaded. The woman who teaches, her name is Tiffany. She said, "Don't say I'm fine, thank you, and you?" One fun fact, when I was at the university, I used to talk in my sleep. I'll tell you more about that at the end. Let's jump right in, alright? Has anyone ever asked you this question? How are you? I'm quite sure they have, and maybe your answer was I'm fine, thank you, and you? Stop saying this answer now. I know you are probably shocked because a lot of you learn this in books in your English classes. You learn to say, I'm fine, thank you, and you? But in actuality, native English speakers don't speak like this. Don't say, I am fine, thank you, and you? Has anyone ever asked you this question? How are you? I'm quite sure they have, and maybe your answer was, I am fine, thank you, and you? Stop saying this answer now. I know you are probably shocked because a lot of you learned this in books in your English classes. You learn to say, I am fine, thank you, and you? But in actuality, native English speakers don't speak like this. Bueno, ahí está en inglés lo que dije, lo podemos ver en español, pero no lo traduce correctamente. Bueno, ahí lo parece que lo tradujo bien. Ahí lo dejaré. So, today I'm gonna teach you 2 different ways to properly respond to how are you now. Here we go. So, there are 2 different ways. Now, the first way is give a response that also includes a basic question used by native English speaker. And the second way is to give a response that also includes a connection question used by native English speaker. So, what are we gonna do for today's lesson is we are gonna look at these 2 categories, and I literally going to give you a natural way of responding based on these 2 categories. So let's go to the first category. ¿Está correcto? En español. Remember, giving your response plus a basic question. So here we go. All right. Now, the first example we have is this one, and I have a happy answer to basic question. Now, very quickly, when I say happy answer, it means my response is based on my feelings, okay? So here we go. I can say I'm doing great things. How about you? So again, first we have how about you? This is a way you can respond with a basic question, and instead of saying and you can say how about you? All right. Now next, let's say for example, you just want to give a normal response. I'm pretty good. Thanks. What's new with you? All right. Si está todo bien en español, lo publico. Veamos. So, in English, when we say, what's new with you, we are basically asking the person what's going on in his life. Is there anything new or anything exciting happening in your life? And in English, we say, what's new with you? All right. You can use that one now. Let's go to the next example. Here we go. The next one is when you are busy. You can say, I've been a bit busy, but okay. Now, really quickly, guys, I said, I have been a bit busy. So, we use I've been a bit busy to kind of emphasize that, yeah, we've been a little bit more busy than usual. Si está correcto en español y lo publico es porque está correcto. You see, I even added a bit right there. So you can start using that. So again, my answer, because I'm busy, is I have been a bit busy, but okay. Now, we have to figure out how to ask them another question. So again, this is what I said. How have things been with you? So, for pronunciation, after me, how have things been with you? Great job. This is another natural way of asking a follow-up question, okay? So, next example, here we go. You have learned a lot in this lesson. Now, let's say you are stressed, so you can say things has been a bit rough lately, but they are getting better now. Está okay. Let's pause again. When we say a bit rough in English, that's another way of expressing that we are going through a difficult time. Sometimes that is not easy to go through. But English, we say a bit rough, okay? A bit rough. Now, my follow-up question. The person I'm talking to is here. We go. How have you been now? All right, let's go back. Now, the question we are gonna ask is again, how have you been? Está correcto. What about you? We can feel, oh, wow, teacher Rolando really wants to know how I've been, right? Okay. Now, let's jump to the second category, okay? Remember, the second category involves asking a connection question. So, let me explain what that is, okay? Alright, so moving on the next category with the connection question. Again, the happy answer, we said, I'm doing great things. Now we have a connecting question. I heard that you know. The underlined portion is the portion you were gonna change. I said, got a new job. How is that going? Alright, guys? Está okay. So again, as we are moving forward in this section, when you see the underlined portion, that's the portion that you want to change. So for me, I'm connecting with the person I'm talking to. I said, hey, I heard that you got a new job. How's that going? I'm connecting my question to something that I already know about this person. That's another important aspect of improving your English because it shows that you are thinking before you speak. Fabuloso. Makes sense, alright. Now let's go to the next example. Remember, don't worry, okay? Alright, so now let's say we are waiting to give a normal answer again. I'm pretty good, thanks.